Welcome, Keto Rock Stars. Hello, everybody. This is your host, your favorite funny food addict, Rockin, Keto Amy. Hey, if you haven't done so already, would you please do me a huge favor and hit the like, subscribe, and share button for me right down below you. Thank you so much for doing that. I really appreciate it. Tonight, we're going into a holiday week, right? We are going to make one of my recently found favorite desserts, partly because it's easy and partly because we found we really liked it, my husband and I. We're going to be making a chocolate chip cookie cheesecake bar. Now, this is not my recipe, so I have to give credit where credit is due. This recipe is by Carolyn Ketchum, and her website is All Day I Dream About Food. So I posted a link down in the comments that will take you to her website so I can give her credit for this recipe. And also, I'm going to announce who's here while we're doing this. Look who's here. We have Evelyn. Hey, Evelyn. Thank you for joining me tonight. This is a live cooking show. So I'm going to try to monitor the chat the best that I can. Know that I will always go back and forth between cooking and the chat. So I will eventually catch up. So far we have Evelyn. Really quickly, yes, her recipes are amazing, Evelyn. Okay, so Evelyn says, sounds yummy. I love her recipes. JAD608, that's my dad and my mom. He says, my mom's here. Really quickly, I'm not a medical professional. Any information provided in this form is not to be used as medical advice, diagnosis, treatment, or services to you or any other person. Any information provided in this form does not replace being seen by a physician. If you have a medical condition, please seek medical advice from a physician, and always please consult with a physician before changing your diet. Now let's have some fun. Okay, so we got Evelyn and mom and dad. So I don't eat sweets a lot. I just have to disclose this. However, when there's a holiday or a special occasion, people are going to be bringing those sweets, right? So it's always good to have an option for those times. So I wouldn't eat sweets every day because those tend to stall me, but I just wanted to kind of disclose that information because I do show the sweets sometimes in my cooking lives. So don't think that I'm making this stuff all the time and just sitting, on the couch with a bowl of whatever cookie dough cheesecake. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get started with the recipe. Hopefully we have some more joiners as we go. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to point my camera down so you can see my little work area here. There's a lot going on here, so bear with me. I have a lot of stuff here, so I apologize about the clutter. But we're going to get a bowl. Let me pull the recipe up here. There is a lot of ingredients to this, but it's really easy to make. It just takes a little bit of stuff here. I think I'm going to use a larger bowl for this part. Okay, so I just have a mixing bowl here. Actually, let me move this a little closer so you guys can see a little better. And I can focus down a little bit. All right, make some adjustments here. Okay, so I have my mixing bowl and a lot of ingredients. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do, I have the oven preheating at 325 degrees. And then I've also got a little 9-inch square pan, and I've greased this. And I greased it before because sometimes I tend to forget that once I get on the lives. So we're going to take 2 cups of almond flour. So I already have this pre-portioned out, but I just usually get like the Kirkland brand or whatever they have at Sam's Club. So we're going to take 2 cups of almond flour and we're going to put it in our bowl. And then you also, actually, hold on. I did this wrong. I got the wrong ingredient out. So let me get my coconut out. It says shredded coconut and I got coconut flour. I thought I did something wrong. So, actually, you know what I'm going to do? Here it is right here. Okay, so this calls for then a half a cup of shredded coconut. So let me get, put these in here and I'll use this. Okay. I got coconut flour out and it's shredded coconut. Now, if you don't want to use shredded coconut and I just have unsweetened coconut flakes is what you want. So make sure they are unsweetened. Oh, and Evelyn said, looks like a yellow filter is on. Okay, sorry, Dad. I can't fix that now. So, well, hold on. Let me see if I can brighten this up here a little bit. Dad doesn't like the filter. Yellow. See if I can adjust this real quick. I'm not sure. Does that make it less yellow, Dad? All right, we'll try that. Evelyn says I'm making several sweets this week for the holiday. Yes, I'm going to probably try to make another one, but I haven't done it yet. Okay, so don't make the mistake I made. Make sure you have coconut flakes and not coconut flour. And then you want a half a cup of coconut flakes. So I'm going to portion that out. I always have at least one thing that I do a little off in every video. It's interesting. All right. Now, if people don't like coconut, that's about a half a cup. If people don't like coconut, you can use an additional half cup of almond flour. So if people don't like the coconut flakes, you can put more almond flour in it. Okay, so I'm going to add that in. And then a half a cup of brown swerve. And now, I had a little bit of brown swerve left. Okay, Dad says it's better. I adjusted some of the filters. I had a little bit of brown swerve left, but I also bought this brand on Amazon. This is a erythritol, non-GMO, gluten-free. I can also turn this light up too. I don't know if that will make a difference. Okay, a erythritol monk fruit brown blend. I really don't think the sugars matter too much. It's all based on preference. So we're going to add a half a cup of brown swerve in there. Okay, and then we need to add 1 teaspoon of baking powder. And last week I got this confused, the baking soda and the baking powder confused, but it all worked out, so it didn't really matter with the recipe I did last week. So we're going to do 1 teaspoon of baking powder in there. Okay, that out of the way. All right, after the baking powder, we need some salt. And of course, we all love our Redmond's Real Salt, and that's a salt that I use in my recipes. So we need 1/4 teaspoon of that. Okay. So we have our salt. We're just gonna mix this together. And I'm just gonna use a fork to mix this together. There is some clumps of the swerve brown sugar that I put in there, so I'm gonna make sure those are mixed up really well. Oh, and I think some of the almond flour is a little clumpy, so we'll mix that in really well. So this is going to make our cookie dough, essentially. Okay, so then we have 2 eggs, room temperature. And we're going to add those in. So these have been sitting out a little bit, and they're room temperature, so I'm going to add these in, 2 of them. 2 eggs. I'm not real good at cracking eggs. I'm sure there's a trick. So 2 eggs. So it says add the egg. The melted butter. Okay, so this is a whole stick of butter that I melted, and I use the Kerrygold butter, but I pre-melted this before the live to save time. So we're going to add this. Let me get this out of the way. And vanilla extract. So I have, and this is probably not the best. This is just imitation extract, but the next time I buy this, I'm going to buy pure vanilla. So that's what I recommend, is the pure vanilla. And this is a half a teaspoon, but I like vanilla, so I always add a little extra. So I'm actually going to add a whole teaspoon to this, just because I really like vanilla taste. Now it says beat. So you can beat this with a mixer, but honestly, I think I've just mixed this with a fork in the past until this all stirs together. I mean, this lifestyle, you don't have to have a lot of tools and be fancy with this. So again, this is making our dough. It's just basically cookie dough. I don't know if you can all see that. So we have cookie dough here. See how easy this is? There's quite a few ingredients once you get it going. Evelyn says, I saw and heard you on the KPL highlights video. Are mom and dad coming to December 8th meetup? I'm not sure, Evelyn. My dad's a little apprehensive because he's not keto. And I told him that's okay because the people in our group don't judge. But everyone would love to meet him. I don't know that my mom would come, but my dad might want to come and meet everybody, all my new friends. So we'll see. Maybe dad will come, but he's not yet keto. We're working on him. He likes my recipes though every time I make them. Okay, so we have our dough, right? Looks like cookie dough, smells like cookie dough too. All righty. So then we have a 1/3 cup sugar-free chocolate chips, and these are just Lily's. Now, remind me, once we get stuff in the oven, I want to talk to you about what I found at the store today. So it says, stir in the chocolate chips. All right, so we're just going to mix these chocolate chips in here. Get some of the stuff out of the way here. So you just fold these in to the cookie dough. This recipe is so good. I feel like if I didn't have some sort of willpower, I'd be making this all the time and eating it, honestly. Okay, so here's our cookie dough. Yep. Evelyn says, eat what you want at meetups. We don't judge. Everyone is welcome. We'd love to meet you. Yeah, Dad, we would love to have you there. Nobody's going to care if you get a regular burrito. And, you know, if that's what you want, nobody cares. Okay, so we have our cookie dough with the chocolate chips. Oh, Dad says, Evelyn, that's a firm maybe. I'll work on them, Evelyn. I'll work on them. Okay, so we have our chocolate chip cookie dough. So what we're going to do is we're going to press about 2/3 of this. I think I do a little less than 2/3, honestly, because I think I like, what we're going to do then is make our cheesecake. And we're going to so what we're doing now is we're just pressing this into the bottom. This is going to be our crust. But I think I like a little more like chunks in my cheesecake. So I just press some in the bottom. And I love this because you basically, then you make your cheesecake and you pour the cheesecake on top. So you just keep pressing this in here. Well, we might need 2/3 for it, but we'll see. Dad, I've made this. You've had this for the holidays before, right? So we basically bake the cookie as the crust, and then we pour cheesecake over it, and then we dollop some cookies in there. I'm not sure, but Evelyn's giving some emojis. Probably to Dad. See, Dad, you're already well known in the community, so you got to come now. All right. All right, so we're just pressing this into the bottom, making a crust. And this is like, I don't know, when I discovered this recipe, I love Carolyn Ketchum's recipes. One of my choir members who's not keto sent me something. She knows I only make keto recipes. Sent me some peppermint. I don't know. I think it was a peppermint cheesecake dish or something to make for our Christmas party. So I may have to try that one out next. And by the way, I got Carolyn's permission to do her recipes in my lives. So I got permission to do this. I also got Keto Dad's permission. Ooh, hi Amy, welcome. Another Amy. Okay, we're making cookie dough cheesecake, but we're also chatting. Feel free to chat amongst yourselves. Okay, so we pressed some of the dough into the bottom, and then we're reserving the rest of the cookie dough after we make the cheesecake. So this, well, I just had a rogue chocolate chip fly out. Okay, so we're gonna put this in the oven. The oven has been preheating at 325, and we're going to bake 10 to 12 minutes, just browning the edges, it said. So I'm going to put it in and set a timer for 10 minutes. Ziggy, set timer for 10 minutes.
Good evening, Amy. 10 minutes, starting now.
Okay, so we have our timer going. So we're going to put this cookie dough aside. We're going to get another bowl. Oh, Evelyn says, hi, Amy. No, I do not have her cookbook. I feel like that would be dangerous. Do you have her cookbook? Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is make the filling. So I have a 8 ounces of cream cheese, and this has been also sitting out for a while. One year there was a shortage of cream cheese, and I was making nothing but cheesecakes, and I thought I was going to flip out. Okay, so sorry you can't see me. My camera doesn't really show me on here now since I have my new setup for my channel. Okay, so we're going to put this softened cream cheese into our other bowl. This is a different bowl, a brand new bowl. And we're going to make the cheesecake part. Okay, so for this, we're going to beat the cream cheese until smooth. Well, I have a rogue egg. Let me stick that in here. Okay, so I just have a hand mixer. It's going to get noisy. It's going to get nosy. Evelyn says I have all of her cookbooks. I'm a keto cookbook hoarder. Yeah, so I need to do a live just on, I have a digital cookbook. I've created a digital cookbook, and everything goes on my phone or my iPad or my laptop, and it's easier for me to find recipes that way. So I need to do an instructional video on that. That I would not be successful without that process. All right, let's see. Hold on. Oh, something weird's going on. Close this. Okay. All right, let me start beating this. I probably should have gotten a smaller bowl because we don't have that much. Okay. Yeah, Amy, Carolyn Ketchum. I posted a link to her website because this is her recipe. So if you go into the comments, you'll be able to find this recipe, but that will take you to her website. So feel free to do that. Okay, then I have a 1/3 cup. It says powdered swerve, but honestly, I have mixed and matched different sweeteners with recipes, and they have seemed to go okay. There is a sweetener conversion chart, but I've used this and it's fine. It's powdered allulose that I got on Amazon, and I use this for Maria Emmerich's breads, which is why I have it, because it browns the bread. So we're going to add 1/3 cup of powdered swerve, and I already have that out. Oh, except there's a little bit stuck in there. So let's make sure we get all that in there. Okay. So it says beat until well combined. So we're going to add that in. Okay. So once we've done that, we're going to add a half a teaspoon of vanilla extract. And again, I'm a little addicted to the vanilla flavor. So I kind of add, if it says a half, I can always double the vanilla. So I'm going to actually add a whole teaspoon in there just because that's me. And again, I would get real vanilla. I'm just using this up because it's what I have. And then we also are going to add another egg. So we have one more egg that I have to try to gracefully crack into this. Maybe I should try, there we go. That's a little better. I did that one better. Okay, so then it says beat in the egg and vanilla. Sometimes too, you can scrape down the sides because some of the cream cheese gets kind of stuck into the sides. So I would recommend kind of reintroducing that into the mix if you can. All right, let's mix that. Okay, so now we have our basically our cheesecake mixture. And then it says thin out with the heavy cream. So we are going to add a little bit of heavy cream. And of course, I get the big container of heavy cream from Costco. So we're going to add 2 tablespoons of this. Of course, I probably thinned it out a little bit with the extra vanilla I put in there, but that's okay. All right. So then we're going to mix that in. Okay, I'm not going to mix it too much because I make regular cheesecakes and they say once you fold that egg in there, don't mix it too much. All right, I'm going to unplug this. Sorry, my plug is all the way over here because of my computer. I'm going to unplug this, take the mixer over here, get it out of the way. Oh, I used the Amazon for the timer, so I can't see how many minutes we got left on that. And I'll take these out. All right. We shouldn't have too many more minutes. I'm going to check on it. It's not done yet. All right, so I am going to sit down for a second. We could talk. Put the camera up while we're waiting on that. Okay. Evelyn says you'll find her at All Day I Dream About Food. She's got a baking book, soups, breakfast, dinners, everyday kitchen, and one more hard copy. She also has multiple digital cookbooks like muffins. So I will only ever do recipes in here that are on people's websites because published. Technically, you can do copyrighted recipes, but I'm not going to do that. And I've asked permission to do her recipes, and she gave me permission. Oh, greetings, Earthlings. Hi, Rick. How are you doing tonight? Twinbrook Acres is here. Evelyn says hello. Okay, so we are waiting on, we have cookie dough in the oven baking. I just opened it up. It does not look like it's done. Although to me, cookie dough is awesome when it's raw too. Thank you all for joining me tonight. What is everybody making for Thanksgiving? What do you guys got on the menu? Ooh, Amy says I'm gonna have to try her pecan pie. I've been craving it. Yeah, you know, um, Amy, I don't know if you're in my Facebook group, but if you're not, you should consider joining it. It's called Keto Rockstars. And then if you do that, maybe you can post her pecan recipe there because my husband loves pecan pie. And that was one of his favorite things before we went keto. Rick says, hi, Evelyn. Oh, there's our timer. Ziggy, stop. Okay, so I'm going to look at this. I think we need a couple more minutes. So, Ziggy, set timer for 3 minutes.
3 minutes, starting now.
Okay, while we're doing that, I want to talk about something I found at the store today. So while I was at Costco, so I normally buy the Lily's chips. While I was at Costco, this bag was $11.99. Oh, I'll burn whatever. So Rick says, nothing on the menu here. I'll burn whatever I try to cook. Oh. Well, I hope you at least get something nice for the holiday. So I was going up and down the aisles and I always try to find new things, right? So I was at Costco today and I really just wanted to get in and out of there because the people at the stores, I don't know, makes my anxiety, especially around the holidays because I used to work at a grocery store. But I saw these and I'm like, what are these no sugar added baking chips? So I flipped them over and then I pulled my cart over and tried to get out of the way. And I pulled up Lily's baking chips and I went through the ingredients. And the ingredients are almost exactly the same, or it's almost exactly the same. I'm like, this is like $11.99 for a bag, and Lily's are very expensive for a tiny little bag. So Evelyn says, I'm taking toffee pecans and keto chow snickerdoodle cheesecake pie. Yummy. And a keto Pennsylvania Dutch pumpkin pie. And possibly deviled eggs to Susan and Andy's. Oh, you're going to Susan and Andy's. That's so awesome. That sounds amazing. I'm scared to try this keto chow stuff because I'm scared I'll get addicted to it. I have one package from Keto Palooza in my cabinet. I don't even know what to do with it. I'm probably going to have to find some recipe to make with it. Sorry, that's my cat. Some recipe to make with it because I don't know that I'm not a shake person. All right, let me check. Let me let the cat out in the garage. You want to go out there? No? All right, sorry. We had a cat interruption. Okay, that normally doesn't happen. The edges still don't look browned. It's okay. That's another reason why I don't like to put 3/4 of it in there. The timer's probably going to go off. That sounds amazing, Evelyn. Like, really, that sounds so delicious. I'm a little hungry now. I ate at, cat's crying at me. I ate at 11, I don't know, 11, I ate at about noon. Okay, there's the timer. Ziggy, stop. Watch out, kitty. All right, let me check this. Let me do a toothpick in it. I have toothpicks over here. It says 10 minutes, but it needs longer. Every oven is different. All right, Ziggy, set timer for 2 minutes.
2 minutes, starting now.
Evelyn says, I use it like a dessert. Ooh, make fudge with your lilies. Do you make fudge with the keto chow and the Lily's chocolate? Okay. Amy, the Facebook page is Keto Rockstars. Keto Rockstars. It used to be Michiana Keto Rockstars, but oh, the kitty's name is Zoe. I'd pick her up, but I'm touching food, so she's really cute. She was thrown out of a moving vehicle, put in my husband's truck, and he rescued her right out of the road. So someone just threw her out of the window when she was a kitten. I'm eating keto chow cookies and cream frozen right now. Yummy. That was like my favorite ice cream growing up. That's the other thing. You can make ice creams with this stuff. And I buy all of these expensive ingredients to make my own ice cream. And everyone talks about making ice creams with them. So, okay. Evelyn says yes. Amy, got it. Joined. Okay, awesome. I might have to approve you, but I will do that right after this live. All right, let me check this again. Okay, I think this is good. It's starting to brown a little bit. Okay, so we're going to leave our oven on. Now, in a perfect world, you would let this cool, okay? You would let this cool down a little bit. But for sake of time, we're not really going to let this cool. So when you guys make this, be sure that you let your crust cool down. So what we have is like a baked cookie crust. Ziggy, stop. Okay, then, probably because it's going to bake more. It's probably my guess, but that's okay. So then we are going to take our cheesecake filling, and we're going to just pour it in here on top. Okay, so that goes on top of the cookie. Again, if I was a produced cooking show, I would have a cold crust already done, but I'm amateur, so you're in Amy's amateur kitchen right now. Oh, it'll be okay, Evelyn. I'm doing this just for you guys. I think it will be okay. We'll be fine. All right. Then we are going to drop the remaining cookie dough. Let me kind of just chop this up a little bit. I'm chopping up this cookie dough. This is the fun part of all this. Then you literally just drop pieces of this. Yeah, I think it will be okay. Into the cheesecake. The cheesecake never cooks quickly for me anyway, so if the crust cooks it a little more, I'll be okay with it. And honestly, I'm making a different dessert for Thanksgiving. Sorry, Dad. I'm going to make Marie Emmerich's French silk pie. But I haven't made that one, so I wasn't brave enough to do it in this live. So you just take the remainder of the cookie dough and put it into the cheesecake. Honestly, this recipe is so easy. I usually double the recipe too. You're probably not supposed to do that, and that's probably why mine takes longer to cook. This is the regular recipe though. But this is so good. This tiny little recipe just isn't enough. All right, so I almost put coconut flour in here. I'm telling you. There's always one ingredient. I don't know what my deal is. But there's always one ingredient I get off. Last week it was baking powder versus baking soda. But everything always seems to turn out. This is going to go in the freezer because I have a Thanksgiving and then a Friendsgiving. So I might pull this out for the Friendsgiving. Unless the French silk pie doesn't turn out. Evelyn says, I mean, I'd still eat it. Exactly. I mean, if it doesn't turn out, Evelyn, this might just be for me and hubby, and I'm not going to complain if it doesn't turn out because, and I've made this so many times. I don't think I've let the crust completely cool. And then what you're going to, oh, I just touched that too. What you're going to do is you're going to just smash it down. I don't want to tilt it because, actually it's not too terribly hot because I just touched it and it didn't really burn my hand. You're going to smash the cookie dough down into the cheesecake a little bit with your fork so it gets in there. Okay, so let me hold this up with the hot pads on so I don't burn myself. Okay, so you see that? That's what it looks like. All right, so let's put this back in the oven. It's going back in the oven for about 20 to 25 minutes. We might be on a little bit longer than an hour tonight. That's okay. But we can chat. So this is going to go back in the oven. I'll set it for 20 minutes. Actually, I may do this timer so I know how long. All right. Okay, so that's back in the oven at 325 for 25 minutes. Awesome. Okay. Yeah, it really is one of my favorite dishes, which is why I wanted to do it for this live because it's something I felt comfortable doing. My problem is I've had to learn how to cook a lot being on this lifestyle, and before then I just cooked the standard American diet, normal stuff like spaghetti, easy stuff. I mean, I do easy stuff, keto too, but you can't just go out to, well, I can't just go out to a restaurant and get a dessert with my dinner. So if I want a dessert, I've had to learn to do a little more baking than I'm comfortable with. So that's kind of why I've learned this, or have had to kind of push myself to do more baking than what I've otherwise done, because you can't just go out and I can't go to the store and buy a cake like I used to, or go buy a cheesecake, or because it's just not available. So see, I'm caught up on the comments. So what I'm having, I think, on my menu, I'm gonna do a turkey for Thursday. And I do something different. People probably aren't gonna like this, but I cook my turkey the day before. Then I slice it and then I put it in a Instant Pot with chicken broth and just bring it to a warm. That way everything's all ready to go. Otherwise, my oven, there's no room to cook anything else. There's no room to cook the sides. So things get really complicated if you have a big turkey taking up all your real estate in the oven. So I put the turkey and chicken broth in the crock pot or the Instant Pot on the crock pot setting and warms up, and it's been moist every year. So as long as you don't overcook it the day before. Then I'm making keto green bean casserole, and then I reserve some of that juice from the turkey and I make a gravy. And then I'll make regular mashed potatoes. I'll make standard American diet mashed potatoes for everybody else. But I think I'm gonna make Chris cooking. Yeah, Amy says that's a great idea. Always running out of room. I don't know. I think there's probably about 20 to 25 maybe on Thanksgiving Day. And so I'm making the turkey. I'm going to make regular mashed potatoes. Another thing I do with the regular potatoes, I peel the potatoes the night before, stick them in a big pot, cover them with water, and just leave them on the stove. That way the potatoes are already peeled. And then I think I'm going to make Chris cooking Nashville's version of the potatoes um, the day before. Of course, if that doesn't turn out, I'm going to have to go back to the cauliflower mash, which we love the cauliflower mash, but I kind of want to try Chris Cook and Asheville's. I think they're carnivore mashed potatoes, and I have all the stuff for that. So I'll try to make those the day before. There's also a recipe for cracked biscuits that we really like, but I ran out of time to make those the last couple years. And those are like, I think cheese, egg, almond flour, ranch dressing, which ranch dressing isn't totally clean. The powdered ranch isn't totally clean, but I mean, it's one day. Um, and then my mom is going to make standard American diet stuffing, corn casserole. And then my dad, who's well, they're both watching. They go to this Amish store. We have a cheese and meat Amish store not far from us, and they go buy big blocks of cheese, and my dad gets to cut it all up and put it on like a cheese tray. So we get that. It's really good. My nephew makes the best deviled eggs, so we get those. What else? And then I always try to make a dessert. And it's Saturday. Some friends are coming over, and I'll do another turkey. And I am gonna make Maria Emmerich's Butter Lovers turkey with a cheesecloth. And note to self, I don't think I need to buy any more cheesecloths for 5 years. The past couple years, I keep going to the store and I keep buying cheesecloths and thinking I don't have a cheesecloth, but they come in a roll. And I don't know how many turkeys you can get out of them, but I bought one today, freaking out, thinking I didn't have cheesecloth, and I just checked, and I have plenty of cheesecloth. So I'm gonna do the Maria Emmerich's Butter Lover turkey. I really want to do Chris Cook in Nashville. He just released a video on how to debone a whole turkey, and he makes it look so easy to do, but I don't know. He's got a lot stronger hands and wrists and arms than I do, and I'm just like, man, he's just cracking those bones and pulling them out. I'm like, and he has better knives than I do. I could see myself cutting a finger off. Ooh, the cheesecloth, you can use it. Do you make your own yogurt, Evelyn? Have you done that? Have you made your own yogurt like in an instant pot? Is that what you do? I've been hearing a lot of people talk about making their own yogurt, and I thought that's interesting. I made my own kimchi, but not my own kefir or yogurt. But yeah, um, so you really only use a cheesecloth once a year to on Thanksgiving to make the turkey. I used to do the bagged turkey until I got a hold of Maria Emmerich's recipe, and now I'm doing the cheesecloth, and it comes out so brown and crispy on the crust. But you're basting it a lot. You have to be around. I have, and Andy makes it more often. Oh, the yogurt and the kefir, yeah. I'll have to go out there and see if she has a video on what she does. I have 3 instant pots, so, but primarily because I host all of the holidays now, and when my crock pots, I almost said crack pot, when my crock pots have died, I've been replacing them with the instant pots. So just because they're my jam, I like the instant pots a lot, and I use them for everything. Oh man, it's really starting to smell good in here. It smells like a bakery. Um, Yeah, so my dad and mom are watching this and they get to come over and we're going to eat all the good foods. I'm very good at being strict, so I won't eat any of the standard American diet stuff. We'll have turkey. The gravy will be keto. Let me show you guys what I use in my gravy. Let me get that out if I can find it real quick. Um, where is it at? I'll show you what I use in my gravy. I found this stuff. I found this, and it's called gluco. Can you see that glucomannan powder? Yeah, Evelyn says 3 crock pots and a rice cooker. Oh, and you have 2 and 3 crock pots and a rice cooker. Wow, I'm getting a little jealous now. Okay, so I found this stuff for a recipe. It's a it's a thickening agent, but it's really some sort of supplement. I don't know. Now, people who are carnivore probably wouldn't. It's konjac. So if you've ever had the konjac noodles, this is just konjac extract. I don't know why there's only two total carbs per scoop. Two total. I don't do net carbs, but there's 2 carbs and 2 grams of fiber. But I put some of this in it and stir it till it starts thickening. Take juice from the the turkey and put that in there. And I found this on Amazon. I don't remember how much it was, but I've had this for a while. And I got this from I use this in a lot of stuff. As a matter of fact, I have a pot roast recipe, and I use this now to make my mushroom gravy. I know a lot of people don't like some of the thickening agents, but since I discovered that, that's what I use. I mean, that's what's awesome about this lifestyle is everybody can kind of pick and choose what things they like and what things work best for them. And if you guys find recipes you like that work best for you, and I've even rewritten a lot of recipes or developed a lot of recipes just because I don't like people's recipes. So, and I don't necessarily freak out if I use something Amy says that's a good idea. I wouldn't have thought of that. Yeah. So I do have, what's the other thing? I have the other thickening agent that's keto friendly. Help me out here. Um what's that other thing we can use? Ooh, I'm using the savory keto chow to thicken the turkey juices for gravy. Hubby does the cooking, I do the baking. We work well together on holidays. See, this is another reason why I'm in the salty world. I have all kinds of salty, and I'm not addicted to the Coco Loco, but I'm really afraid to xanthan gum. Yep, Amy, that's the one. Xanthan gum. Yep, and Evelyn said xanthan gum too. Yeah, I have some of that as well. Oh, there's my kitty. Come here, Zoe. Come here. Come here. You gonna be on camera? Come here. Come here. She yeah, she was abused, so she's never out when people are here. Good kitty. I'm done touching the food now, so come here. No, she probably thinks I'm gonna put her fake nails on, so she's running away now. Come here. Come here. You're okay. You're so pretty. Come here. You can come up now. Um, so yeah, the Evelyn's awesome. Oh, Evelyn, awesome. My hubby and I get in each other's way. Yeah, I really am the only one who does the cooking in my household now. Um, Now I had some surgeries in 2019. I did a lot of meal prep because they were known surgeries. They were orthopedic surgeries. So I cooked enough for like 2 or 3 months for me. Evelyn is laughing and says Amy, the other Amy. Um, but my husband did help out with, like, he would scramble me some eggs, or grill some pork chops or do stuff like that. But as far as, like, no, there, she jumped up on the counter. I've been trying to avoid that. Okay, well, she's on my lap now, so you get to see the kitty. Yeah, I just watched, Amy says, I just watched your story on Cindy's channel. What a story. Um, yeah, I feel like everybody has an interesting story, though, that they should tell, because we all have our own journey. And I just feel so amazing now. I mean, I can't believe how well I feel, um since making it past those surgeries in 2019. But yeah, I did a lot of meal prep, but when I was on crutches for almost a whole year, my husband really stepped up to the plate and helped with things. And he wasn't even really keto then. I would just be like, scramble me some eggs, cook some sausages or some bacon, and then he would make whatever he wanted. And then I would order from this company called Wholesome Package, which I'm going to try to, they're local to us, but I just love these ladies' stories, because they have like a, it's not really a restaurant, it's a food ordering service. So you can order meals through them and either pick them up or have them delivered. And these ladies are really awesome. I know it's a one, you know, one it's only local to our area, but these ladies are very inspiring, and they're all about whole foods and eating properly. They do other stuff other than keto, but they're on the same page as all of us. So, and you can get keto food there. So they are, in our space. And they made keto pizza crusts during that time. So I would order a package of 40 pizza crusts. And we would just throw some raw sauce and some pepperoni and cheese on them, and that would be dinner. And I kind of lived on that during that time too. So yeah, but I can't believe how amazing I feel. And I even think back to when I was like in my mid 20s. There were things going on like arthritis, um, all kinds of stuff. I think this cat wants to be a movie star. She's so sweet. Seems to be a YouTuber. Um, Yeah, and honestly, I was still having hip pain after my hip surgeries until I really went clean keto. Let's see, how much time do we have? Oh, 4 minutes. 4 minutes, and we'll take it out and we will stick a toothpick in it and see. You need to find out if they ship. Everything is fresh. So, um, they'd almost have to do like what X Factor does. If you guys have ever seen like X Factor, and I just don't know that. Hi, baby. I just don't know that they're big enough yet. Um, but I'm gonna do an interview with them, and I don't know if they started before COVID or during, but they made it through COVID. These ladies are amazing. They just really are, and they're very health conscious, and they post a lot of the same memes about about getting the toxins and bad seed oils and stuff out of our foods that we do in the keto space. Evelyn says, I press 2 tubes of sausage into a pizza pan and bake it. Then top it with the sauce, cheese, and toppings of choice. You know, I used to be really into making crusts, but lately I'm so busy. I just do the toppings in a bowl too. Literally, just put all your stuff in the bowl, top it with some sauce and cheese, and that's awesome, Evelyn. That's kind of where I'm at too. And if you put enough of it in there, you have a big pizza bowl. My friend made a pizza casserole. She's not keto, but she's lost a ton of weight. But I think she's eating keto-ish type foods or lower carbish type foods because she just made a keto casserole or a pizza casserole, and I need to get her recipe because it looked amazing. So I knew this cat would jump up on the counter at some point. I don't know why. That sounds amazing. I'm kind of hungry now. I'm probably gonna have to eat something after this live, even though it's 8 o'clock. It's okay. I've been doing really well, being very strict. Um, and this is the hard time of the year too for everybody, probably because of all the holidays. Um, to stay on track. So, but I do what's called protein sparing modified fast a couple days a week, so that helps keep me on track. Yep, Amy says that's a good idea. I just put a baking pan also, but using sausage as a crust would be good. I agree. I think I usually put the sausage on the bottom too. Um, my quick pizza is cut up into life wraps like noodles, marinara, cheese, and pizza topping in a microwave. Yummy. You just do it in the microwave. How easy is that? I mean, yeah, really. This life doesn't have to be hard. I was just telling in Dustin's live the other day, I don't say anything, but I get so down, I guess, when I'm talking to people who act who initiate that they want help. They come to me with they want help. And I try to help them get started. But they're like, that's just too much work. I just can't do that. I just can't. It's too much. It's too much to give up. It's too much work. And I'm like, it really isn't. It really isn't. If you just find 4, 5, 6 meals that you like that are just easy, you know, for breakfast and lunch or lunch and dinner, don't even do breakfast or just do hard boiled eggs for breakfast or something. Just find 5 or 6 things that you like that you can make really easy. It's really not that hard of a lifestyle. I mean, the first 2 weeks might be hard because of the keto flu, but after that, it's really not that hard. And I just have a hard time communicating. All right, kitty, time to get up. She knew. She's smart. Okay, so let's check this. I'm going to wash my hands here. So I was touching the kitty. All right. Let's open this and see what's going on here. Oh, I don't think it's done yet. We'll see. I don't know. Maybe it is. It's not too jiggly. I think it needs a little more time. But it's almost there. The sides are browning, so that's good. Ziggy, set timer for 3 minutes.
3 minutes.
All right.
Starting now.
Yeah, Evelyn, you're so right. Some people don't want help. They want you to do the work for them. And it's like, I just get so discouraged. I'm like, I'll sit down with them and help them figure out what foods they like, tell them how to do it, tell them to go to the grocery store. But I get it. Part of the problem is, and we've all been there, at least I have, the food that we're eating is so addicting. So no matter how hard you try, even when I did it, my husband was still standard American diet, so I still had some of that food in there. And I was cooking him a regular meal, and I was cooking me, a keto meal. It wouldn't have been that hard for me to just go like take a couple bites of whatever he had, or I think I had hit rock bottom though. I think the pain in my hip was driving me to do something. Uh, but after a month or two, after 4 weeks, 8 weeks passes, man, it got easy. And the weight was just coming off so quickly, like 10 pounds a month. I think Dustin in his channel explained he lost 10 pounds. I lost 10 pounds a month for 6 months. And before you know it, I was down 60 pounds. But yeah, some people, they say they want help. And maybe I'm not communicating it the right way. Maybe I haven't figured that part out yet, but um, when you explain how easy it is, Amy says, I've been sharing different channels with my brother. He has just turned 60 and has to be 400 pounds. Oh, man. Yeah. And I think Dustin was over 400 pounds and he's lost over 100 pounds. I've lost 110 pounds. So I look really thin now. People look at me and they're like, but they don't know how. I mean, that's why I have the picture that I have on YouTube, so that when people see me, they know that I struggled, that I wasn't always this thin. I was a 110-pound heavier person with a lot of health problems, high blood pressure, sleep apnea, hip pain. I was having a down day saying I hadn't helped anyone. Then, like a blast from the past, someone I hadn't talked to in 4 years said I inspired her, and she got her hubby on board. And now that's going to make me cry, Evelyn. That is, and I've had days like that too, where people just come up to me and they're like, you're such an inspiration. But that is so awesome, Evelyn. Congratulations. Just this is what this is about, is helping our friends and family and inspiring them. All right, let's go take a look at this now. Ziggy, stop. All right. It's starting to brown on the sides. Okay, I think this is done. When you guys are cooking this, it's still coming off on the toothpick though. You guys are cooking this. Be your best judge. If you guys have been making sweets. Ooh, Cindy's here. It's okay, Cindy. We're going to talk for a few minutes. Okay, so let me bring this over here. I think it's done. It will continue to solidify a little bit. Okay, so let me bring this over here. I'm not gonna, well, I might be able to hold this up. Let me turn the oven off too. Okay, so what we have here is, oh, where's my camera? We have these chocolate chip cheesecake, and this is hot. So I'm gonna let it sit here and cool and smell it, and then we'll talk some more. Evelyn says, you don't know how many lives you're touching. Keep sharing the message in love and be yourself. Wow, Evelyn, you've lost 170 pounds. That is just amazing. Congratulations. That is so awesome. I mean, like, that is just awesome. And I'm sure you feel so much better now too. Amy with the hearts. Cindy's here. Hi, Cindy. You missed it. We've been talking. We've been baking a cookie dough cheesecake, which is right here. Amy's saying hi to Cindy. Cindy, who are you interviewing this week? Who are you interviewing this week? Amy, have you subscribed to Cindy's channel yet? What is Cindy's channel? Let me see if I can pull this up, and I'll post it in the comments. I'm not good at this yet. I'm still learning how to do things. Let's see. Cindy's right here. Let me view her channel. Cindy. Howdy. Hello. Okay, so Andy and Susan is this week. Awesome. I'll probably be cooking and doing a little cleaning, so I'll have to watch that. Okay, so you're subscribed to her channel. Sweet. I am going to go ahead and try to post this in here in case people come. She just hit 1,000. Is it 1,000? Well, you're over 1,000 subscribers now, but when I grow up, I want to be just like Cindy. Oh, I can't do that. I forgot. Let me post this and then turn my camera. Every time I use numbers, I fade to black. Okay, so Yeah, that's unfortunate. I can't touch my number key. I tried to. It's at Cindy Demanch 3839 at Cindy Demanch 3839. I forgot I did that the last time. It probably won't even let me put it here on my notepad either because if I touch that number, yep, see it did it again. There you go. It's all right. Hmm. Cindy says thank you. Yeah. It's the software I'm using is OBS Studio and I've programmed hotkeys on my numbers. So anytime I touch a number, I have different cameras that I can hook up to this. And anytime I touch a number, all I have to do is hit a button on my laptop and it switches cameras. It's actually really cool. Until you go to try to until you go to try to type in somebody's channel. I could probably do it from my iPad though if I'm in here. Uh, Rick says, "Hi, Cindy." Hi, Rick. YouTube is really smart. The captions come up before you even speak the words. Yeah. Man, I'm gonna freeze this cheesecake cookie dough. It's really hard not to eat it though when it's sitting right in front of your face. So, yep, that's going to get wrapped and go in the freezer probably for my Friendsgiving on Saturday, and I'm going to attempt that French silk pie for Thanksgiving, but that looked kind of easy too. Amy, you are a TV star on my TV. That's awesome. Yay. I was just telling them, Cindy, I think I'm scared to try the keto chow mix. I'm already addicted to the salty, the chocolate flavor, especially in my coffee. But everyone's talking about all of the keto chow treats they're making, and I'm like, oh, that might start something with me. So yeah, I have one package in my cupboard behind me. I don't remember what flavor it is. I haven't even looked. But maybe I'll just have to look at what flavor it is and see what recipes you can make with it. Because I'm not really a drink a shake kind of person. Just because of all those years that I tried to diet and drink shakes, that was a disaster. That was a disaster. But I could see, making ice cream out of it or making those brownies or whatever that you guys were mentioning. Awesome. Yeah. So again, oh, we're already an hour into this. We made, and this is cooling, we made this cheesecake cookie dough. Can you order just a few packages of it or do you have to buy a big bundle? Ooh, Evelyn says chaffles. Cindy says keto chow treats are better than most anything. Could I order just like 5 packets of it? Different flavors to try, or I don't know. I'm scared to even order it because I'm afraid there'd be some sort of addiction thing going on there if I did that. But fudge sounds really good. You'll have to send me the fudge recipe that you make, Cindy. Or I'll have to look it up. Is it on your or actually you're in the Cindy, post the recipe in my Keto Rock Stars group, and then I'll see. Man, I'm having a hard time not looking at this cheesecake cookie dough. Yeah, I could see myself making the ice cream. But do you have to have one of these creamy things to make the ice cream? Because I have a traditional ice cream maker with the bowl. Okay, you can order whatever you want, but $100 gets you free shipping. And I'm an affiliate. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Evelyn. If you're already ordering salty, hook a couple onto your order. That's probably what I'll do is I'll just every time I order my salty, just add a couple on and just practice. No, just any ice cream maker. Okay, that's awesome because I don't want to go out and buy another ice cream maker. I already have one. I have the Cuisinart, I think. It's kind of a pain. I mean, it's got a bowl that stays in the freezer, but I mean, it makes ice cream. So, um, and I was just explaining earlier, I bought all of this allulose, all of these expensive ingredients. Um, do you need allulose sweetener with the ice cream? How does it not? Let me show you guys what I use in my ice cream. Let me show you this. The sweetener. Let me see if I have it up here. Oh my gosh, I have so much keto stuff, it's ridiculous. Okay, so this is what I use. I use this allulose syrup so that the ice cream doesn't freeze solid. The allulose syrup, yeah. If you like the ice cream. I've been making ice cream in my regular ice cream maker for, I don't know, 3 years now. But I use this allulose syrup because this keeps the ice cream from freezing so hard you can't scoop it. And I have these little pint containers that I mass make the ice cream. I have 4 of them. I make different flavors all at once. And then I just store them in there and put them in the freezer. If you like the ice cream, you're going to eventually want a creamy. Aren't those tiny little things though? Like tiny little. I make mine mass, put them in pints, and then put them in our freezer outside. Amy says, I made it tonight in a container, then froze it and ate it kind of soupy. It was great, but I love soft ice cream. Ooh, Lily's chips. That's a great idea. So, how does the. So, Cindy says, I do not use sweeteners for ice cream unless I just add cocoa powder. What makes it not freeze solid so you can scoop it? Do you have to eat it all right away? Or do you have to make it and eat it right away, or can you? With anything but a creamy, the allulose is necessary. Okay, so I would still need the allulose. Yeah, with my regular ice cream. Okay, so when you make your ice cream, the containers are a pint. Okay. So when you make your ice cream in a creamy, and then you put it in the freezer, and a day or 2 later when you go to get it, is it frozen solid, or how does the creamy not make it frozen solid if you don't use allulose or something that causes it to freeze? Because I'll make a big bunch of ice cream so that we could eat it for like a week or 2. I can't be making ice cream every day. Like, I need something that allows me to make a big batch and put it in. It's solid. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. That's why I get that. That's why I get the allulose to help it, so I can make a big batch, and it's scoopable. So the creamy, you probably got to eat it right away, before it freezes solid, or get it out and let it thaw down a little bit. Which when we've ran out of allulose, we've had to do that. That makes sense. Which I try not to eat a lot of ice cream. You run it through the creamy right before you eat it. The ice cream is made ahead. You run it through the creamy. Gotcha. So the ice cream's already made, and then you put it in the creamy. Okay, I need to watch some YouTube videos on this, I think, so I can educate myself. Man, there's like so many more. I have so many gadgets, and now you guys, I need to get a food processor to make Chris Cookin' Nashville's noodles, and now I need this creamy. It says creamy laugh emoji. It's rock solid. I take it out of the freezer for about 10 minutes, run it through the creamy, and that's my meal. Perfect. I make 7 at one time, then use the creamy. Okay, so I'm picking up what you guys are putting down. So you make your ice cream, it goes in the freezer, it's hard. You take the ice cream out, you run it through the creamy machine, and the creamy is what makes it soft. Christmas is coming up. Yeah, I need to maybe go check out these videos, possibly. But you know what? It probably paid for itself because this bag is like $40. This bag of allulose is like $40. How much is a creamy? $100, $120? I'm constantly buying $40 bags of allulose, which is a sweetener that you really don't even want anyway. The only reason why you buy it is so that your ice cream is scoopable. Let me look it up. I'm going to look it up right now. I'm going to go to Amazon, or yeah, probably just Amazon. You probably can buy them there. I'm going to look it up right now. I'm going to see how much a creamy is. I think I'm too old. My mom and dad are in here. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm picking up what you guys are putting down. Ellen says you got it. They're $160. Yeah. But when you're buying $40 bags of allulose, well, the Black Friday, they're $200. Black Friday deals, $159.99. You saw it on sale for 140. Yeah, I got it. Yeah, the Rebel and the Halo top, exactly. Keto chow is cheaper. That is so true. Yep, Evelyn. I was thinking that it really is. And luckily my husband was on an ice cream kick, but I started making a ton of ice cream, and I think all right, Rick. Rick's got to run. Take care, all. Bye, Rick. Um, yeah, I think I was just making too much ice cream, and he got ice creamed out. I don't know if that's possible. So now he's on these expensive Lily's chocolate bars. My husband has. I don't want to throw him under the bus, but I am gonna a little bit. I could probably do without any sweets and just eat all meat. I could probably be totally carnivore. But he's has a terrible sweet tooth. Oh my gosh, you guys are killing me. I think she meant she saw it on sale for 140. I think that's what she meant to type. Not, I don't think she meant to type Igor. Um, but if you did have the website you saw it on, oh, yeah, this it's got to be a ninja. Hmm. Those sorry, I'm leaning in towards my iPad. Those how many how many do you guys get extra 7-in-1 ice cream pints? Sorry, you guys are the experts. I know. Just, okay, Rick, you are funny. Unless you get it at a great deal, wait until your allulose is almost gone. Yeah. Well, and at this point, I'm not even making ice cream. Look on Facebook. Yeah, maybe if someone sells theirs, who doesn't want one? That's a great idea. I got it at $140. Okay, I knew you meant something like that, Amy. We speak Amy language, the Amy's. I understand you. I'm picking up what you're putting down. Uh, I may do that. I may see if someone's not using theirs and they want to sell it to me and how much they would sell it to me for. You guys are so funny. Because I also want to get one of these food processors now to try and make some of Chris's recipes. Everything costs money. So, but if I could cut out a few, I would buy the keto chow to make the ice cream flavors and not have to buy all the ingredients to really make ice cream flavors. That would be worth it because we do love our ice cream. And actually, I would get rid of my other ice cream maker. I would probably sell that on Marketplace and get this instead. But back when I got mine, they didn't have the Ninja Creamy. Oh man, this looks so good. Sorry, I'm gonna pick it up and show you guys again. Yeah, I need a. I told my husband I wasn't gonna ask for anything more because I just got a new sweeper. I need a Christmas list. I bought the refurbished one on Amazon just in case I didn't use it. Okay. Maybe that's something I could look for, but you do use it, don't you? Okay, look at this, guys. You have to make this. Yummy. This is going in the freezer. So good. Cheesecake cookie bars is one of our favorites. Yeah. Maybe I should just start looking on Marketplace. Or just asking, hey, any of my friends have a Ninja Creamy that you don't want? And I'll buy it from you. Yeah, that's awesome. I love the Ninja products. I had a Ninja blender. Ooh, a wish list. I do need to post a wish list on my channel. I also want to, I don't think I can do this yet. I want to know how to do yeah, it smells like a bakery in here, Evelyn. Evelyn, it does. Thank goodness I'm not fasting today. Otherwise, I would really be hurting, but I'm not fasting. I eventually want to do like a store because I do have a lot of gadgets, right? That I use and that I love to use, like the Instapot and stuff. And I think you can link and the little dash chaffle makers and all that stuff. And I think once you get monetized, and maybe Cindy could talk about this, maybe Cindy could do a video on this. Once you get monetized, you can open your own store and link it back to Amazon. Yeah, get a picture of your dessert before it goes in the freezer. I will. It cracked. It's cooling and it cracked a little bit. It separated away the cheesecake did. And normally when you make a cheesecake, you put it in water when you bake it so it doesn't crack, but these don't really matter. These are, I mean, they're yummy no matter what. I've done regular cheesecakes. I've done Instant Pot cheesecakes. So I like the Instant Pot cheesecake, but you can only make them so big if you're doing them in an Instant Pot. Awesome. All right, guys. Well, we've been on for almost an hour and a half now. I may go ahead and I'm on vacation this week, so getting ready. I always take vacations around the holidays to prepare for my family and friends coming over. So I may get off so I can clean up my kitchen, clean up my studio, put my cameras and computer back, and then go in and start cleaning. Well, not start cleaning, but continue cleaning the rest of the house. So, all right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me today. And I hope you all have a happy Thanksgiving. And if you have an 8-quart, you can make 3 at a time in your Instant Pot. Yeah. 3 cheesecakes at a time? What, stacked on top of each other, maybe? I've only ever done one. I do have an 8-quart. Interesting. I didn't know that. Yeah, I've only ever done one. Man, I'll have to Google that or YouTube that. There's a video for everything now. It's awesome. Man, you guys are awesome. Thank you, Amy, and so nice to meet you. I'm seeing you in all of the other lives too. So I hope everybody has a safe and happy Thanksgiving. Oh yeah, Evelyn's coming to the meetup. We'll see you December 8th. We're having a meetup December 8th in Mishawaka, Indiana at my friend's Mexican restaurant at 2 p.m. We changed the time to 2 p.m. So, and if you need directions to that, I mean, I'm posting the address. It's on McKinley Highway. Um, yep, we'll see you December 8th. This one's kind of going to be informal, just to see who shows up. I plan on starting to have them on a regular basis, just kind of as a support group, because there's a lot of people locally here that I feel like they need in-person meetings. So I may use that as a forum for that, but I want to see how many people this draws out, and we can just chat, get to know everybody. Some of us already know each other, but I anticipate some new people or people who want to try keto. And some of you experienced people that have been doing this a while. Oh man, I'm getting goosebumps. It would be great inspiration to some of the people I've been trying to inspire locally here. So I'm excited that some of my far away friends are gonna make a trip and come. So, woo, so excited. Anyway, I think I'm gonna end it and thank you all and have a happy Thanksgiving. And I think I'm gonna do one next week. So hopefully we see you on Sunday. And take care, everybody. Bye.